Everybody, welcome back to Hardspace Shipbreaker, episode 3. I think episode 3. With me, Sid, and I've just finished wrecking another ship. I have literally just chucked the entire cockpit in because I was really aiming to get that level 4 certification. We need to just grab a couple more repair kits, and then we can go in and rank up. Now the other thing is we're on a new version. I'm not in fact sure. Anything on the screen? No. Anyway, new version's got a few new features. Radiation is an issue. The UI has been improved inside the hab. So yeah. And I think there's a few other bits and pieces, just bug fixes, the usual stuff. But yeah, we ranked up to rank 5.
License upgraded.
Gives us more stuff, gives us class 4 ship certification and stuff.
I think it's time for you to learn about the mother lode of any ship.
Okay, there we go, reactors.
Most dangerous part of shipbreaking, but you got this. Continue when you're ready, Cutter.
Yeah, so we're going to start getting ships with reactors in, which are fun. We're going to get the new Javelin class ship, one of the refuel Javelin. They're very big, they take a lot of effort, and those iron rings can be an absolute pig. We've also got civilian cargo ship, heavy cargo mackerels. Okay. Yeah, we got stuff, and yeah, none of this background of the hab anymore. We're just on a screen. I'm not sure whether I prefer it or not, to be honest. Anyway, don't think we've got any unread messages. We didn't gain any new stickers. Our equipment, I am going to do a quick. Hang on, what we got? T to repair, okay. And we've got an option of an upgrade. We'll come back to that in a moment. Let's have a look at the grapple. We'll repair it. And again, we've got range on the grapple upgrade. Thrusters we're definitely going to repair. No upgrades there. Scanner has got object scanner. I do want that one. Don't need to really repair that right now. Helmet's got no upgrades, worksuit's got no upgrades, and we can't even get close to demo charges because you don't unlock them until clearance level 11. I think we'll upgrade that. And I've only got 88 points left, that's not enough to do anything. So let's go on to the ship training for reactors, probably. Yeah, they'll probably tell me.
My first reactor pull. I was
Blah blah
shaking
blah.
like a leaf. You got less on the line now, but still, let's try to do this without a critical meltdown. That looks like the reactor toward the rear of the ship, but there are lots of different configurations out there in the wild. Okay, we're only focused on one thing right now. Pull the reactor and get it on the barge. As soon as you disconnect the reactor from the ship, it'll start to melt down. So act fast and make sure you have an exit strategy ahead of time.
Right, so long story short, the moment you yank a reactor, it starts going to melt down. So don't yank a reactor until you've got a way of getting it into the barge. This is completely hoovered, and we can check for objects with that upgrade we have, and that shows us computers, stuff, there's things, and there's the old beastie we want. That's the reactor. So we're going to jump inside the ship if I've got the right side of the scope. That after doing a scan, that would have been somewhat embarrassing had we things that was. It's only typical. See, I'm not using oxygen or anything on this, but we will have the repair kit for definite. So some of these ships now come with consumables, such as an oxygen kit, or Nova fuel, or repair kits, which is nice. And we're going to come through here. There's our reactor.
This one's pretty easy. Should just slide out of her coolant casing with a good yank from your grapple. Try to have your extraction fully planned out before disconnecting it from the ship.
Just going to grab everything, especially these, because they're expensive. I'm not sure whether these are going to give me anything other than that. And you can see my heads-up display goes a bit scratty. Oh, that one goes in the furnace. That's decayed. Now you will later get a message to tell you not to use any old supplies on the ships, because you know the bottles are not necessarily very sanitary and might not even be breathable. But you know, ain't no one got time for that. So my preferred thing with this kind of reactor, where it's just on the roof of the ship, is pull out the base plate, tether, and bang. And you can see the reactor meltdown imminent. Bang, it stabilizes in there.
You're certainly picking this up faster than I did back in the day. Okay, I'll leave you to it until you get to the next rank.
Right, well, now it's just a matter of stripping this down. So let's have a look. Where shall we start? I think I'll start in my usual position, which is tearing out the floor. Well, at least tearing out that floor. Because that's got cargo on it, and I'd prefer to get the cargo out before we go elsewhere. Hello, bang, pew, pew, pew. Right, and we'll have that.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
And then jump up here and fire that. I did actually lose some there because I realised I took the reactor computer into the furnace, and I should have pulled that off once I'd yanked the floor. But I wasn't expecting this to become a full-fledged thing. Otherwise, I would have left all that oxygen and everything as well, because now I've wasted it. But, oh well, you'll live and learn. But these are easy. Most of these early ships are pretty easy anyway. No idea who that is. Still to this day. Probably something to do with one of the devs. And we still have got power in the vessel though, and that's a problem. Oh, I didn't actually pick that fuel up. That's handy. Now I am going to have to assume therefore that there is there's actually the engine in this one as well. Cool. So to get an engine, you release it from its mounting on the inside. Hello. Quick recycles there, and you come around the back plate, cut these 2 points for the back plate. Back plate comes out, that goes in the processor, and then you very gingerly, now I found the best way to do this is square yourself up on it, get yourself nicely squared, and just thrust backwards gently, and then quickly fire that down. And there is a nice old thruster component, or rocket I should say, thruster thing, hoofer, what's a majig. Then take the roof. Hello. Take the roof out. Rest of the floor out. And move onwards. There's a little bit of structure on the outside as well still to clear, but that's fairly minor, and I would normally have done that first again. But there we go. We'll have you. Drag you. Oh, hello. And in you go. Right. Let me see about this lot.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
And that one goes in. As you get further up, you get the can upgrade the lifting power and the pushing power of your grapple as well. So
Credits awarded.
yeah. And I use the push, rather than the tether, which I've just wasted one of, because well, tethers are free. Push is free.
Processing valuable objects. Credits awarded.
Tethers are not. One of the other things I love about that, just look down there. I love the backdrop of this. That ship just moving across, and then obviously up there you've got all the other ships and drive plumes there and there. It's just really, really pretty.
Warning. Oxygen reserves are low.
But yeah,
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
oh, I'll be glad when I can get some more speed on me thrust pack as well.
Welcome to
Oxygen.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
And as soon as we got a bit of range on this, we'll make it so I should be able to get across. There. Lovely. Should be able to get across this space pretty easily. The nacelles are not connected, so I don't think I've got any major problems with fuel, but we'll put into the side portions first once we've cleared this lot off.
Processing valuable objects.
I'm sweating a bit. It's getting on to that time of year where I have to have my window shut because of the noise outside, especially tonight, because the pubs will be noisy because England are playing. And I'm not a football fan, so I don't care. And yeah, I'll not take any chances. I'm gonna, on this one, we're going to take those off and just chuck them into the furnace
Material deposited.
because they're padding the fabric. So if I laser them, they'll catch fire, and then I'll catch fire, and nobody likes that. Well, no, nobody normal anyway. Right. Let's try. We'll keep ourselves well away from the center, where there is likely to be an electrical capacitor. So he's all right. Oh yeah, there's a fuel tank there, look. Oh man. A bit all fingers and thumbs today as well. My flying skills seem less. Oh yeah, we need you out for definite. Why are you not moving? Alright, let's do this side quickly. Because there's a power cell in here somewhere. And see if we can't squeeze you out. Ooh. And there's the power cell. Told you there was a power cell in there somewhere. There might be more than one, but come on, down. Now, we should be able to tell that the power cell is removed because all of the lights should be off and the computer should be off, which means that we should be in a good position. The other thing you might have noticed, if you were observant from the last episode, is the model of the power cells has changed. It's now smaller and squatter. So yeah, there's been model updates and stuff, which I think is cool. It's nice. It's nice when you get a game that is in active development and but has just this little quirkiness to it, which I think is amazing. Right, let's have this cut and that one cut. And I'm fairly certain these are reasonably light. You know, 780 kilos light, but
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
and let's go back, get some more oxygen. So I think most of the hazards in this one are largely overcome. It's just now a matter of easing those fuel tanks out, and
Oxygen reserves are low.
yep, I'm not buying over fuel. I've got some left in there.
Salvage quotas.
Oop, hello. So let me finish this off and then let's see if we can't get a Javelin in the bay and show you what a real big ship looks like. Not the biggest by any stretch, but big. So yeah, we'll sort that, be back in a second. Alright, just finish up. One of the other things I love about this, which is a real little bit of attention to detail here, is just how
Raw material process.
we end up with all of this detritus. You know, the idea, too many games would have had this be a lovely, clean experience where, you know, there's no bits and pieces floating around after you've disassembled this ship, and clearly that wouldn't be the case, and they've really paid that little attention to detail to just have the screws and the nuts and little teeny tiny bits of well, crap that have kind of accumulated over the years in this ship. You know, sheared bolts, little bits of floating rubbish. And it's, I mean, obviously in real spaceships, it would be highly unlikely that they would have lots of floating parts, because that's, you know, a safety hazard. But we're not in a real ship, are we? It's just a nice little touch, and the little tinks as you fly through and a bolt bounces off your visor. Let's have a quick look at my inventory. I have got 17. I think 17 will be enough to keep us ticking for a while. So what's left? It seems to think. Well, I don't know. Seems to think there's some stuff left, and I don't know where it is. Yeah, the skyline of this game is gorgeous. And let
Your oxygen
us
reserves are low.
and shift. So we've got a whole load of stuff. Yeah, we got all of the things. We've got some more links tokens and all of the other stuff going on there. It's all good. And
Hey again, Rook.
now we've got a little chat from somebody.
I'm impressed with how quick you're picking things up. Not sure what kind of work you've done before, but you're a natural cutter. You probably noticed Lynx doesn't exactly take great care of us.
Oh, this is all about Union.
Don't really have a
Will.
reason to. Up until about 100
We'll
years
continue
ago,
through it.
Workers like us would make groups called unions and fight for better wages, safer work, and decent hours.
Oh,
That
got
kind
a
of
new
thing.
sticker.
Basically balance things so people don't just get exploited to hell. Lynx was actually key in getting rid of all that. But there's a group of shipbreakers
Oh, okay.
now trying to bring back the idea of a union. Change things for the better. Did you know that Lynx keeps your DNA even if you leave? Or that those hull panels you get 10 credits for are resold for 1,000 apiece? That's the kind of thing they want to change. Anyway, it's all hush-hush, of course, and Lynx sums it out right quick. But
So what have
admit
we?
You're a good person and a hard worker, and they're gonna use you up and you'll get naught for it. So I hope you don't mind, but I signed you up for the union newsletter. Comes every couple of days.
Personally, I would get annoyed if somebody did that, but
Whatever. Just please don't report me. Just want you to
okay,
have
I
it.
don't
I'm
see
glad someone gave it to me when I was new.
an additional thing. Doesn't matter. Messages, we got this. It's all about the Union. Blah blah blah. There's an underlying story which isn't complete yet, and it comes back. But yeah, I'll leave you to figure out how that ends, shall we? Pardon me. We'll repair that, and we'll repair that. Those are the two that you really want things. Ship's catalogue, right, what have we got? Mackerel, these are exit lab, light cargo. I don't want a light cargo, I want a heavy cargo. We're going to go for a big boy then. And let's let it load in. And see what the puzzle gives us today. Right, we should be good for most things. Oxygen at least.
Morning there, Cutter.
Morning, Rook. Oh, forgot to give you a pretty hot tip. You know all the supplies you can buy at the kiosk? You know, O2, patch kits, fuel, that kind of thing? You can actually scrounge a lot of that stuff for free from the ships.
Come on, Lou. You know that's against regs.
What to tell you?
Not a big deal.
It's also not safe. Nor sanitary.
So that's
Come on,
unpressurized.
what?
You know how long that stuff's been floating around and all that grime and dust?
There's space-grade sealed weaver.
And that's unpressurized.
Probably well past their expiry date.
Okay, well, it's not like corporate around here cares too much about our well-being, does it?
Look, Lou, I need you to try to follow the rules now. You hear?
Yeah, sure thing, boss. Catch you later, Rook. Lou out.
Cutter, I encourage you not to huff any old oxygen can you find. But if you do, please just monitor your vitals after. And for God's sakes, don't eat anything you find. All right, have a productive shift. Holler if you need me. Weaver out.
Alright, so yeah, you get these little storyline bits throughout as you go. I've heard them obviously before, but I'll let them play out and shut up while they play out. I know there are people out there who like the little cutscenes and little mini bits, but this is a big old ship. and right at the front is a big old iron ring. Now I'm going to assume that this is an iron shield, some kind of defense against micrometeorites and things, but I could be wrong. It's an iron ring. You know, it's a thing in the game. What we are going to cut up and throw into the barge. Unfortunately, it weighs a metric ton. That bit is reasonably light and goes in. These, well, you can see I can move them, but not very quickly. So to be honest, you're better off whacking around tethers on these things. Cut them into 3, you'll not move them whole, not even with a tether. And with the top ones, because you don't want to be putting pressure against the ship and moving it, because trust me, they will.
Credits deposited.
Sometimes you're better to give them a little bit of momentum to get them out of the way and then clip them in. That's of course assuming you're going to play this game. If you're not going to play this game, then just ignore all of that and get a little bit of vertical, then a little bit of
Salvage secured. Account credit
Nope.
applied.
and then let my momentum transfer into that. I have no idea how accurate that is for physics things. What have I just gone and clipped onto? No. I think I just tethered.
Tether
Yeah.
supplies are low.
They're not low. I'm down to 5. I'm half. Would have been better as a message of caution. Tether supplies are at 50%, but you know, can't have everything. Now this is a easy one. It hasn't got fuel tanks on the side, so it's not going to be as bad. These anchor points have fuel tanks on normally, and you can have anywhere. Well, it can be anywhere up to full.
Salvage
And of course, the fuller it is, the harder it is to do. So, computer, there is power. So, however, there is power there. So I'm going to disconnect that. That appears to be all the power. No, there's still power in here somewhere. Okay, let's go find it. Oh, it's there. However, I've just realised I am running very, very, very low on oxygen, so let's get ourselves a quick exit. Straight out the front.
Warning, oxygen reserves are low.
And nope. If you can time it right, which I didn't manage to do there, you can
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
hit the F key to go into the menu, which will lock you to the console as you're going past, so you can bleed off quite a lot of velocity that way. Now this thing is a pain, and we're going to have to get that out of the way.
processing valuable objects.
So we're going to start off with these 4 cut points. And what I tend to find with these, because of that angle there, is you're as well to try and slide it down and towards the back a wee bit. And once you got it out, pow. Oh, it's heavy as well. Yeah, over a metric ton actually. Heavy, heavy, heavy old piece of metal. and then do the same on the top, and then you can get that cage off the top and it starts to fall apart.
Credits
This.
deposited.
Let me get this out of the way, I'll be back in a second. Now, interesting trick with this one is you can use the scenery around you to actually assist you. So we can stick a tether on the hab and that will pull the thing forward, and once it's got a reasonable bit of forward momentum and it's coming out of the space, we'll cancel that tether, we'll grab a tether on there and then pointing it into there, and yeah, all is good. Now it might take more than a couple of tethers, and the idea, what you're trying to do is stop this clipping the ship and dragging it out of orientation, because it can be a bit of a pain if it gets too skew iffy. While that is shifting, we'll cut this down to size a little bit further, and I do that normally by taking out these 2 cut points and moving the front off, then taking out these 4 cut points on the inside and taking the next section of the front off, and that gives us a nice big old access point into the thing. And you can see there the tether has actually expired, so we're going to need to go and buy some more tethers in a moment. But first things first, we'll throw this in and then I'll make those cuts. And again, back in a second. Alright, got me tethers. I did my oxygen while I was there, because pointless doing otherwise. And we're going to take, I've separated that, so all I need to do now is hook that in there and it will just pull away. Now it is going to move the ship a little, that's unavoidable unfortunately, but it does give you access in like this. So now we can start stripping out these a hell of a lot easier. I thought I'd missed that. Come back here. I know it's not worth a lot, but right.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Now you can see that is too big for me to push, so I'm going to have to use another tether on that one, which is a pain, but
Processing valuable
oh,
objects.
and just went in at that button. I could have saved that tether. Oh well. But this is a much more complicated ship to break down, so let me get out that, and then we'll see if there's any more in there. They're not red,
Deposit accepted. Credits
so that
transferred.
kind of is indicative that there may be another one somewhere abouts. And there you have it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Try not to jostle the explosive electric batteries. Very much like an iPad, really. Okay,
Salvage secured. Credits
that's all
deposited.
done. So at this point, we have a couple of choices. We can keep faffing around going in and out of there, or we can start. Oh, that's new. These are normally individual cuts. However, we get the wall off there, strip that down, and I did not like that. Apparently, you know, my in-character personage did not like that. But again, now we can move a little bit more freely around into the cockpit. Grab the ladder, that goes to the barge. Start
Material processed.
taking
Credits deposited.
these because they all add up. And there's a lot of them. There's one there. There's one there. There's one there. And there's one there. And that's just on this side of the walls. There's also that battery which is hovering there, which we might as well pull back. So let's jump in. I don't bother with these ones because that goes into the barge and that goes into the barge. So, oh, hello. Let's turn my headlight on as well. Make these cuts. There and there. There. Oh, that's new. There used to be 2. Okay, they've definitely changed. Oh, and there used to be 2 there as well. Oh, they've changed a few bits and pieces, which is fine. Change is good. These were always a little bit more awkward to take apart.
Account credit applied.
Alright, well that's interesting, because we've got that out.
Valuable objects processed. Credits awarded.
That whole bit goes in the furnace. Yeah, this has changed. This used to come apart in one big chunk, and you had to waste some because that didn't separate from the processing material. Interesting. Okay, this has changed. Oh, this grubby astronaut people. Anyway, so once you've done all of this and stripped these out and stripped the items out, you cut those 2, and you used to cut 2 under there, and then on the inside you start shipping out those walls, airlocks and everything, and the sections kind of layer by layer, almost like an onion. So I'm going to push back further on this because this is a big old ship. It's going to take a while, and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, it's official. I am a moron. I muted my mic for the time lapse, and I came back in and started rattling on to you about various techniques and tricks to do with that middle section and how to deal with this. And yeah, I didn't realise, didn't unmute. So the time lapse you've seen is actually 2 sections back to back. Now we still have this to do, and we still have everything in there to do. Now my, again, preferred technique with these is to try and
Oxygen reserves are low.
not suffocate.
Reminder, asphyxiation can lead to
I love that message, but it does get a little bit old after a while. Come on, get me on target. I'm running very low. This is going to be entertainingly close, I think. So I was wondering, as we get closer, further into this, because as I say, it's not really a series, it's just something I'm recording periodically and putting up periodically.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
I was contemplating the possibility of returning to doing some streaming with this game, because it's something I can talk while I'm playing. And once we've certainly got past all of the blurby bits from our overly chatty foreman and other colleagues, it actually does become, you know, something that is just a relaxing game to play. Certainly that's what I like about it. I find it incredibly relaxing. You know, no real, I mean, obviously there's danger in the game, because yeah, that's what makes a game.
Cutter,
Oh, there we go.
equipment durability is dropping. Keep an eye on it. You don't want to be dangling in the wind with busted tools. When you see it happening, head on back to the hab and use a repair kit to fix them up.
Yeah, no one wants to be left dangling with busted tools. I'm sorry, that definitely didn't translate to me. Yeah, but maybe something I do intermittently. I don't know. One of the reasons I've not been streaming more than anything is just sheer time, really. You know, it takes time to record, it takes time to do my job, obviously, and then of course on top of all of that you've got, you know, life, which takes a certain amount of time as well. So yeah, I don't know, I'll entertain the point. Let me know what you think. I think I know what you'll probably say, but I could be wrong. It happened before. Wife, it tells you, happens all the time, but you know. So yeah, the last real bit in here, apart from the 2 nacelle bits on the side, which, to be fair, now I've cut those off, I don't think they all go in the processor anyway, as does the walls. So we could probably get away with cutting back as far as we can get on the reactor to get the actual space, and then we just yank it out with a tether. You know, the technique doesn't change much. What you don't really want to do is leave it hanging around, because it will ionize things and you end up with all sorts of bits and broken spaceship everywhere. It's a mess. You know, who would have thought? Oh, and my thrusters have gone a wee bit. Oh, okay, that's good. That's furnace job. Okay. Whoa, steady on there. Oh, and there's a little bit of more of that wall. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. Like I say, for some reason today I am all fingers and thumbs. Yeah, this has definitely changed. That would have been a considerably bigger job pre-update. That would have been 4 cuts, because each one would have been separate, each strip of the edge. So it's an interesting change. Oh, hello. How best to handle this? Let's start with you. And go in there. You will go there. You will go into there.
Deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Hopefully that will work. That lot. No, I've grabbed it. I might as well put it in there. Those can go in there.
Account credit applied.
That will go in there.
Processing valuable objects. Credits
So
awarded.
if I take that and that, oh, I don't need more.
Warning, your oxygen reserves are dropping below statistically profitable levels.
Alright, ow! I wondered what I was focusing on. I thought I was too far away. Right, so all we need to do now is yank that reactor, but we really need to get it.
Oxygen levels stabilized.
We need to get it a little bit closer to the exit first, I think is the word. But that's fine. Right, so let me... And... Plob. Right. Now I've got 6 tethers, so that should be more than adequate for what I need now.
Tether supplies running low.
Let's do this in bits. There's definitely implied a little bit of spin on that, haven't I? Or oh, I don't know. We've done something to put some spin on it with broke it. That's what we've done. Let's just face facts. And that's that one. Followed up by a bit of this one.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
And fire that one there. I mean, we're not far off 10,000 off of these 2 ships, actually. I don't know whether we'll make it looking at the MP in the top right. But, oh well, we will find out. We've certainly got these 2 to go in. I might need more tethers, actually. I think I'm going to have to work on the basis that more tethers are probably going to be necessary. Right, let's haven't got enough. Have not got enough juice to do that.
Object accepted for
But
processing.
it's alright. Again,
Credits
we'll
deposited.
quickly cut those out. That should get him. Take that. Off you go. Then that.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Oh, it's just, I was wondering what that across it all. That, if you position that in the right place of your screen, it looks like a bit of the GUI. Let's just try and infer a little bit of movement there. That. And once you've done that, pow. And off it goes. Got two tethers left. Wonder whether I can do this without using either of them. Or whether I just tether the entire thing into that one with two. It might work. Let's give it a try.
Credits awarded.
And we're out of tethers, so if...
Looks like you used your last tether. Head on over to the kiosk.
Yep.
If you need more.
That's the plan. Anyway, we got the rank up, so that gives us certification level 5. We've got more points, we've got more money. We have got 16 repair kits, so that's good. The only question is, do I need to spend money on that? Tether's expired. There's the other one, but are you going to make it? Is there going to be enough momentum? So I'm fairly certain I can't. Oh, maybe I can. Not doing much, but there, that's going in. Right, we should be good at that one. So let me know what you think about the possibilities, Dream. As I say, this is not a solid guarantee that I'm going to do it. It will depend on time. But I could certainly do later on in the levels when we're looking at having to do 30, 40, 50,000 MP to rank up between ranks. We could certainly look at that as an option. But in the meantime, let us get in here and see what we got. Alright, we've got a whole load of money. 5.5 million. We're Junior's Apprentice. We've got Ship Class 5 certification, worksuit upgrades, and...
Hey, Cutter, you're gonna start getting pressurized ships.
Yeah, make a...
Lou and I will show you the ropes when you're ready.
Pressure, alright, yeah. So this is where it gets fun. Tools, durability, email, okay. What we got? Is that sticker again? I don't know. I got 2 of those or something. Okay, I'm not worried about that. And we've got that one. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, there's my unread. Okay, durability, yeah, that's fine. That's probably because I got a break. And that's another one from the thing. So equipment, we are going to definitely repair these. And that one. Now, have I got any helmet upgrades yet? I don't. Worksuit just has... That's actually benefit. I've got enough for it. I'm going to confirm. And next episode, we will see what that does. But thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye for now.